All right, and we live. We live off the bench family. You know what I'm saying? We done took a couple days off from recording, but we back with another one. This is episode 9 of Off the Bench Podcast. If you're new tuning in, y'all go ahead and leave a like, comment, subscribe. Go follow us on all social media platforms. Follow us on Instagram at underscore off the bench pod. Follow us on TikTok at live from the bench pod. We're gonna dive right into it. As I said, we done took a couple of days off recording. Before we get into it to what we talking about today, how you feel? How you feeling?
I feel good. I feel good. NBA been spicing it up. Uh, NBA draft coming up soon. We got a lot of NBA stuff going on, but these playoffs have hit or miss. I'm ready to get into it. What series you want to talk about first?
I guess we can go and talk about the Nuggets closing out the Lakers head into their first ever NBA Finals in they franchise history.
Damn, that's big, bro. Shout out to the Denver Nuggets 2023 Denver Nuggets team making history over there. First Nuggets team in franchise history to sweep in the Western Conference Finals. First Nuggets team in history to make it to the finals, and first Denver Nuggets team, I think, to be the number one seed all season. So this just been a historic season for the Denver Nuggets. And it's like a Cinderella story because nobody really believed in them to be here, even when they was the one seed all year, comfortably the one seed all year, like 10 games ahead of the two seed, which was the Grizzlies all year, and people were still counting them out, including myself. I thought there would be teams better, like the Warriors or the Phoenix Suns, but the Denver Nuggets, they answered all criticism. They responded to all the noise, and that's how I expected them to come out this playoff because the last 2 years without Jamal, they've been going out sad. And the last time we seen Jamal, they went out sad in the Western Conference Finals to the same Lakers team that they just played, and they got their get back. They get back a motherfucker. Shout out to YTB Fat. That get back was a motherfucker. They 4-0'd them. Game 4 was a great game. LeBron showed us why he's the king, why he's one of the greatest of all time. Putting up 30, I think, in the first half of a game 4 of an elimination game, closeout game at home. But that last defensive possession, LeBron, he had it. He could have tied it up, went into overtime. Jamal Murray, he helped Aaron Gordon off that screen, you know, caused the jump, kind of a jump ball, got his hands on the ball. LeBron couldn't get a clean shot off. That's all she wrote for the Lakers season. And I couldn't have imagined the Denver Nuggets going into game 1 of the playoffs that they would be the team representing the West going into the finals. But I mean, I'm happy. I love how the Nuggets play. I love Jokic. I love the coach. I love everything about that team. And they've been surprising me this whole run how good of a team they have been looking over the last month, 2 months of the playoffs been going on. So definitely shout out, hats off to the Nuggets, everything they doing over there. Uh, what side you want to talk about first? I just gave the Nuggets all the praise
Uh,
in the world.
well, just stick with the Nuggets to talk about them as a whole. Once again, yeah, congrats to the Nuggets for making history over there. First team, not just in the conference finals, but in any round to sweep a team. First time doing that. First time making it to the finals. Possibly can be their first time bringing a final championship to the city of Denver, Colorado. Uh, they also Jokic, you know what I'm saying? His story could have been the first ever 3-time MVP since Larry Bird. He unfortunately he didn't get MVP this year, and I kind of feel like he kind of took that personal. Even though he did say Joel, you know what I'm saying, deserved it, but that's coming from a humble player. But the Nuggets, they were just a better team, top to bottom, better, well coached team, more well-oiled machine, more continuity, more chemistry. You can tell that they've been together for a little while. All the pieces fit over there for the Nuggets. You got shooters, you got defenders, you got scorers, you got slashers, you got everything. You got rebounders. Then you got your superstar that can bring everything to the table outside of jump, outside of, you know what I'm saying, jumping ability. And I just think this Nuggets team, as you said, to piggyback on what you were saying, throughout these playoffs, they've been showing their dominance and how dominant they can be when they're healthy in the playoffs. Because the previous 2 years they have been going out sad. without Jamal Murray, and Jamal Murray is a big piece. And you know what I'm saying, my co-host here, we've been having a little, you know what I'm saying, I ain't gonna say a heated argument, but kind of a little argument talking about can Jamal Murray be a top 5 point guard. You know what I'm saying? He had that type of potential, but I feel like he still have mountains to climb to get to that type of status. But uh, I can't knock him for thinking something like that for what he doing in the playoffs.
And let me give some context to that too. I also said that if he didn't get hurt, I said that his injury really messed him up. I thought Jamal Murray the year after they lost 2020, that was gonna be his ascension. So everything he's doing now, I thought he would be doing this 2 3 years ago, but he got hurt. But I still got the same belief in him that he can be a top five point guard. I think he could be on the De'Aaron Fox, Shea level of point guards in this NBA, and those are two, one All NBA player, first team, and another top five point guard, and soon to be in a lot of people's eyes. I think Jamal Murray got that type of that ceiling to him.
He might have a ceiling, but it's just all come to achieving it.
I
You
think
know,
he can.
climbing that ladder, getting over that pinnacle. Cause top 5 point guard, like I said, you got Luca, Steph, you got you got
Trey Young,
Trey Young, Ja. That's four already. You got
Dame.
Dame, Kyrie. You got that's 6 guards right there. And then we got LaMelo coming up, Jalen Brunson. That's what's that? Eight guards right there.
I think Jamal Murray in a few years, when these older guys get out of here, Luca gonna hold the mantle. Trey Young, Ja gonna be right there. Those last two spots, 3, 4, and 5 for a top five player, top five point
I
guard.
forgot SGA too. So yeah,
Yeah,
that's
Shea,
nine.
he'll definitely be up there. He gonna Jamal. I guess I definitely see it. He just gotta stay healthy, and I feel like this first time, like I said, we seen him healthy in a long time, and it's crazy because Jamal, when they went to the playoffs last year to play the Warriors, he could have came back for that series. Like he got cleared to play. He said, "No, I don't want. I don't think I'm ready to come back yet." And like I said, he got a lot of backlash on it because if you can play, you have NBA media, you can play, you should be playing to help your team win a championship. But that's not going to do nothing but push back what you already got planned for going forward. He sat out that whole playoff that whole year. He was already healthy though, so he's already getting on court work in. Came back this year, and now you see the Denver Nuggets, Jamal Murray thriving in the playoff system in a playoff situation. I think he a playoff riser. He a Jimmy Butler type of guy.
He's a playoff rather. That's why I'm kind of like the main reason why I can't just see him as a top 5 point guard. Because to order to have like a top five status, you have to translate what you do in regular season over to the playoffs, and you have to have some type of, you know what I'm saying, accolades behind you, some type of resume to put you in that type of statue, to look at you in that type of way. The top five, you know what I'm saying, especially at your position. Well, at the I'm gonna just say at that point guard position because it's so point guard heavy in the league right now. So many great guards. It's, you know what I'm saying. That's kind of high praise for somebody like that, but he definitely a playoff riser. He been putting on this playoffs and really can't just say too much. I just gotta say, well, I gotta see him do this over time in the regular season, be more consistent with his work before he can get that stamp. But from the Lakers standpoint, uh, the Lakers they were just they lost to a better team, a more complete team, a better coach team, a better and they just ran into a team that just firing on all cylinders right now, and it was gonna be kind of hard for them to get over that hump to beat them. Uh, Especially when your starting point guard he got benched,
Mm-hmm.
and that's another thing with this series because it was kind of a blessing in disguise or a blessing and a curse because now you get to see who you can bring back. You know you need to bring back Rui. You know you need to bring back AR-15. Now, Dennis Schroeder and D'Lo, on the other hand, you know what I'm saying? Those are questionable questions that you need to ask yourself in the summer. Do we really want to bring these guys back? They've been linked to guys like Trey Young, guys to Kyrie Irving all year round. You know what I'm saying? We miss out on them. We can go pick up one of those guys. But like you said, I don't think it would really make much sense to pick up a Kyrie or a Trey Young if you're going to pick up Austin Reeves. Cause that's gonna kind of hurt his development as a young player, young talent. But the Lakers, they definitely got something they can look forward to going into this offseason, knowing that they got swept, knowing that LeBron was playing nowhere close to 100% and still made it to the Western Conference Finals. If you can just fine tune your roster just a little bit going into this offseason, I think they'll be fine. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they definitely could have used somebody like Malik Beasley in this series, which floor spacing. I know Darvin Ham was kind of looking at it like if he not making shots, he not bringing nothing defensively, so he ain't gonna be doing nothing but just hurting us. But if you got D'Lo out there, you might as well just try. That's why I say with that coaching stuff, like people be so hell bent on playing a player, knowing that that player not giving you the production that you think he's going to give you, and you so hell bent and being stubborn on playing that player, and it's gonna end up costing you in the end. I could say the same thing like with Monty Williams when he was playing Shaman. Shaman wasn't doing nothing but hurting us, but he's so hell bent. And I'm trying to prove a point that Shaman should be playing in this role, but really he wasn't ready for it. Same thing with Darvin Ham with D'Lo, but Darvin Ham tried to give him the benefit of the doubt. Then he finally said, "Man, the hell with this.
Mm.
We finna just bench him." And yeah, so what you think the Lakers can improve on during this offseason, type of pickups they can make, knowing that they started off the season rough. Nobody expected them to be in the Western Conference Finals. They was obviously they got swept, but you know what I'm saying? Just them getting there, that's a stepping stone. That's an accomplishment within the season and what everybody thought what they was gonna do going into the season.
Yeah, I mean, all of that was good. Like I said, I couldn't imagine the Lakers going to the Western Conference Finals. They did that. This is to me, looking at their season as a neutral friend. To me, that was a successful season for them because they started off piss poor, made some trades to edge out the team, and they went on the finals run. They came up a little short.
Not to cut you off, I got a question to ask before you finish.
Damn,
Cause I'm glad you said what you said. Cause do you feel like the Lakers had the biggest accomplishing season?
nah, nah. The Miami Heat,
Oh yeah,
we
yeah, yeah.
witnessing it. We witnessing it. A team who shit went through a lot, just like the
But we gonna
Lakers.
get to them later. So
And we
I'm
are
just
gonna get to them later. But yeah, like I was saying, the Lakers this was a successful season to them. But after the game, hearing LeBron talking his presser saying that he don't know what his future holds. He don't know if he thinking about retirement. I don't know. I can guarantee LeBron's not gonna retire. But hearing that, that means that they finna make a drastic move this off season that either make or break them. What I mean by that is an
eh,
off season move that's like how they did with Kuzma and all them the year after they won with they didn't bring Caruso back. They traded Kuzma, they traded KCP, they traded a lot of guys from that champion, a lot of core guys from that championship roster they had in 2020, and that next year they was a whole totally different team. And I feel like we gonna get more of that. They may not pay Austin Reeves how we seen them do it. Alex Caruso, they may not pay him. Rui Hachimura, he may walk. All just for them to probably try to sell out and get a Kyrie or a Trey Young, which I wouldn't really like that for the Lakers. I like the team that they got now. If
me
I was
too.
them, I would use some of that money and get some like
In the free agency, yeah.
underrated like free agents, some guys that's probably gonna be like 10, 15 mil, but who could help you play basketball. Because like I said, we don't got to bring D'Lo back, and that's a guy who was taking up 30 mil from us.
Shooter.
Schroeder, he was getting paid pennies on a dime. That's why I say if you bring him back, it really don't matter because he already wasn't getting paid that much. So if you bring him back for like $1 million, you know what I'm saying? Y'all $1 billion kind of franchise. Y'all okay with that?
Yeah, but Rui and AR should definitely be their main priority.
Yeah. But I think I don't know. I don't know how they go. I don't know how they go further with this. Just because LeBron, he's getting older, and this game four showed me a lot watching that game because LeBron is 38 years old, the oldest man in the NBA. He had to put up a masterclass in the first half just to get over the hump of winning in the first half against the Nuggets.
Man, if I'm Rob,
Hold on. And then second half, nah, fuck Rob. If I'm Darvin, if I'm Anthony Davis has to be
I was just finna
Anthony
say something.
Davis.
I was gonna say, do we trade him?
He has to be Anthony Davis. He he just him and Bam to me are like kind of the same guys because like the idea of Bam Adebayo is like this top three center in the NBA. He gonna score, give you 15, 20 points, give
Top
you
four.
eight. 8, 9 rebounds. He gonna assist, play make, and he gonna defend. He gonna defend at a high level. That makes for an All NBA type center. Same with the idea of Anthony Davis, a guy who can go out there and give you 25 plus, 10 plus boards, three plus blocks, hold amazing defense. He can shoot the mid range. He can post up, but you don't get that on an everyday, every game basis from Anthony Davis, and it's crazy because the conversation was Giannis and AD, who's better, and it was real debates about that in 2020. But I just feel like Giannis can he kept it up more consistently, while AD he'll do it this game, and the next two games he's just gonna be chilling, or he'll have a good 4 games, he'll get injured the fifth game, and he'll just be lackluster the next 2 weeks. And I just feel like Anthony Davis, he really got to get back into that mode of how he was. He got to get back hungry because they could have not probably not won the series, but it could have been more of a fight than a 4-0 sweep. It could have been a 4-2. They still should be playing right now. It should have went like that, but I mean, you got LeBron James out there hooping with AR-15. It's just him, AR-15, and Rui versus the Nuggets. I mean, it's not really much you can do about that. But I don't know how I don't know how, because I think teams gonna get better next season. I think teams in the West gonna get better, and if the Lakers don't, do the necessary moves and make the right calls, they may not be where they was last year, like we seen with the Mavs. Made a Western Conference Finals run, traded most of their team to get Kyrie, and they didn't even make the playoffs. I could definitely see the Lakers going through something similar to that if they try to speed up and just go name chase like they usually do.
I think if they do that and they don't make the playoffs next year, LeBron gonna retire. I feel like the only thing, cause he had talking about it this press conference after Game 4. Only reason I don't think he retired this season because uh they was close. They was close to winning it. But like if they go outside and don't even make the playoffs next year, yeah, he done. Then they gonna be like, bro, I'm 39, going on 40 next season, bro. I'm not coming back for this shit. I ain't finna be out here running with these young guys and all this and have to rely on AD, unhealthy, inconsistent ass. Yeah, but uh, that's it on that series. Once again, congratulations to the Nuggets. That right now they waiting on the Boston and Heat series to see who they gonna be facing in the finals, and I already know they anxious to get it popping. They want all that smoke. You know what I'm saying? They trying to bring that first one to Denver, Colorado. I could definitely see it happening, and it's gonna be a good storyline for the NBA. And also, before we move on, for the NBA media, for guys like us that's in the basketball media space, that talk about basketball, that break down basketball, you know what I'm saying? We should start talking about the Denver Nuggets more as a whole because we is a extension of the basketball court, the product of the basketball. Uh, we the ones that the extension to the fans. You know what I'm saying? We the ones that dissect basketball, that discuss it. You know what I'm saying? Really, what helped the fans gravitate towards it and pulling these false narratives and talking about the same guys, the Lakers, the LeBron, every day. You know what I'm saying? We need more parity.
Yeah, they got to cut that out.
We need more parity on TV,
They
and
got to cut
then
that
in the
out.
media spaces where we're talking about the Nuggets and talking about Jamal Murray, how he potentially could have could be a top 5 point guard, could be the other different teams that we go on to see year round. Another name, probably like a name like Devin Booker, not just saying because he playing with KD right now, but I feel like Devin Booker over his course of his career haven't got the praise and the love that he deserved over the years for the work that he put in, and that's what we need going forward. But out of these two teams, the Heat and the Celtics, who will pose a bigger threat to the Nuggets?
Me personally, I think the Celtics, and y'all won't know this, but we recorded an episode a few days ago, and I didn't, and it was right when it was 3-0 both ways. I think the Nuggets just won, so they just swept the Lakers, and the Heat they was finna play the Celtics the next day, and I told him, I was like, let's just talk about the Nuggets first because I don't know about that Heat series. I don't think it's over for the Celtics yet. Celtics came up win Game 4. big win, needed it, needed a win like that, just for some pride, just for the sake to say we didn't get swept. Just you know what I'm saying? That's bad on your resume. You say you got swept. They won game 4. They playing game 5 right now, and they in the midst of winning that right now. It's fourth quarter. They up 20 points. They got that locked up, and I knew the Celtics wasn't gonna go out like the Lakers. They weren't gonna go out like that. I knew it was gonna they were gonna steal a game or two. But now the series now like Draymond said every time
Whoever get the win, the pressure is on the person who
yeah,
won.
and now it's the pressure is starting to build back up on Miami because now it's like, oh, you got a game 6. It's your crib. You was up 0-3. If you lose that, you go back to Boston TD guard. Anything can happen in the game 7. Now I do think that the Heat a lot of misfortunes. Tyler Hero being out, Victor Oladipo, and then losing Gabe Vincent
Tonight, yeah.
tonight, yeah, in the game 5 where they needed him because Kyle Lowry, he ain't a starting point guard no more. He gave them literally no production tonight because I feel like him, Chris Paul, those old veteran point guards should just be nice. They nice off the bench pieces.
All veterans, period. PJ Tucker in that boat.
Yeah, all the veterans in the NBA, I feel like if they the sooner that like the vets just move to the bench and just bring in that culture and that intensity from coming off the bench, that make any team that elevates any team already because Gabe Vincent he probably not a starting point guard in all the other teams, all the other 29 teams. But for the Heat and they point guard rotation is Cal Lowry and Gabe Vincent, you got to start Gabe. Bring Cal off the bench, let him run the second unit, just control the pace for like 5-6 minutes. You
Yeah,
know he's not gonna be out there for long,
I just
but
yeah, you
to
play him in spots.
today it was terrible. But the Celtics they just so hit or miss. They are one of the most unpredictable teams because watch this game, watch last game. When them dudes are making threes, them niggas look unbeatable.
Yeah,
But when them niggas are this man Derek White got like 20 points and he was making some like
man. End of the half, I think he hit like a pump fake, punch dribble to the right, step back
Derek
side,
White,
step
every
three.
time he makes it, and it be all in there, and I just shake my head and be like, bro, this nigga is not like that, bro. Derek White is not one of them dudes where you just 4 seconds left on the clock, get this man the ball, it's going up, you know it's great. He ain't like that. But once they players see a few threes just go in, I mean, it's just like you might as well wrap it up. Cause like Charles Barkley said, he even said like the Celtics they only really hold defense
When they making
when they
shots.
making shots. They only play like hard, play great when they making shots. Cause they had no fight the first 3 games of this series. They got a game in game 4 in Miami. Today was a huge confidence boost. But if I'm the Heat, if I'm both teams, I'm not overreacting. If I'm the Heat, all we gotta do is win one. We
I
go
was finna
home game
say,
six.
if I'm the Heat, I really don't care about this game. Well, I care about it to a certain extent, but they just won 2 in a row. Uh, they shot hot as hell in both of those games. What's the odds of them doing 3 straight games of that, especially on our home floor? And what's the another odds of this Miami Heat team losing 3 games in a row? You know
We
what I'm
may
saying?
see it.
You may see it, but
Celtics got some fight in them.
they do. But I just know the Heat culture. The Heat got dogs. They've been saying it all series. They not finna just lay down, roll over. Uh, Especially how they play style is. Once again, they just been the Celtics. They really just been getting hot from three, like you said. They hit and miss. They live and die by the three. If three ain't going in, they were just gonna die by it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and yeah, so going like you said, this game pretty much over. But I say watching this game tonight, the X factor to me was like the reason why the Miami Heat struggled the way they did was Bam. Bam just didn't look comfortable to begin with. Uh, he looked indecisive. He looked scared a little bit. Uh, and that was kind of a problem. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that Bam one of your top options, especially now that Gabe Vincent been out, because Gabe Vincent been playing extremely well. Bam just he got to be better. He got to be looking to attack, looking to be more aggressive. Because in those first 3 games, Bam was putting his head down, trying to get to the rim, rebounding, pushing the pace. You know what I'm saying? Running the offense, doing those things that help translate to Miami Heat basketball. And when Miami Heat play Miami Heat style of basketball, they usually gonna come out on top. But tonight it was just another sign of showing that the Celtics they are the more talented team. more well-rounded team from top to bottom. I don't think they're a better coach team, but in terms of players, to 1 through 15 on the roster, the Celtics definitely have them beat. Because nobody expected the Miami Heat to even have them down 0-3. So I think the Miami Heat they still in a good position. They lost back-to-back games. Game 4, they I know Spo he gonna be talking to them because first 3 games where they had won. When when he was mic'd up, Spo kept saying they only beating us because they hitting three. They beating us by the three. They beating us by the three. In these 2 games that the Celtics just won, you know what I'm saying? They just slaughtered them on the 3-point line. So I think Spo having that coaching experience, that pedigree, uh, going into the game, just going back to Miami on our own for it, they're gonna execute the game plan a little bit more. They're gonna come out with a little more assertiveness, a little more aggressiveness, and not play so laid back. Cause I feel like they going to go ahead close it out now. You know what I'm saying, and not try to play with it too much longer. Cause the game 7 back in TD Garden could be problematic for him. Cause you never know, it can come down to a Jimmy Butler shot again. So
I think that's what it's gonna come down to. I said this. I always had this series going to 7, and shit, it still may even be that way, which is crazy because they started off 3-0. But I always had Heat in 7. I'm still sticking by that. I just these teams to me are just evenly matched for different reasons. One is talent, one is hard work, one is it's like if y'all ever watch anime, it's like Sasuke and Naruto. One was just off rip, off birth, just way talented than the other one. But the other one had to work extremely harder to be as good as that one. And he are the perfect example of hard work pays off and talent fails to work hard. Whatever KD said in
hard
that,
work be talent when talent fails to
yeah,
work hard.
whatever he said in that movie. So I think both teams. I think I'm predicting the Celtics win Game 6, and it goes back to TD Garden, and then I'm expecting the Jimmy Butler masterclass. Like just I'm talking about Jimmy probably gonna shoot the ball 30 times, no exaggeration. I'm expecting that type of Game 7.
So you got the Heat winning the 7.
I always had that. Yeah,
Mm.
I'm standing by it.
So I say, it's very hard. That's why I say I gotta win the next game because it's very hard to see the Heat lose 4 games in a row.
Mm. I mean, but that hey, somebody has to win, somebody has to lose.
Yeah,
If Gabe Vincent can't come back next game, I think they still fucked. That's the only if Gabe Vincent, I don't think he's gonna be ready in 2 days to play basketball. So I feel like they're gonna be fucked just because Gabe Vincent is so crucial, and then that mean they gotta bring somebody else up in the rotation to take his minutes.
knowing they are already kind of thin on rotation.
Hella thin, bro. Hayward Highsmith gave them some good minutes though. Another
And
undrafted
and I
guy.
think that's something they can use to go on for into next game because he definitely should be getting more minutes. Because that he went to start the third quarter. He instead of Kevin
Kevin
Love and
Love,
that
yeah.
he went High Smith,
Yeah,
whatever his
Hayward
name is.
Highsmith, Highsmith.
You know what I'm saying? And that's a body who's more athletic, better defensively. That bring more versatility. Uh, and that's really what you need right now. It's just somebody who can put more bodies in front of Jalen Brown and Jason Tatum.
Mm-hmm.
And JT, he been hooping. I feel like one JT play way more of a looser game and not just trying to be so 3 heavy. But when he get into his combo bag and trying to get downhill, where he could pull up in the mid range, you know what I'm saying, then get his 3-point going, get to the free throw line. That's when JT, you know what I'm saying, is at his best. And when he got you at his mercy, because JT 6'10", probably 225, 230. You know what I'm saying? Can shoot the three, get to the mid range. He'll a true 3 level scorer, but sometimes he build a defense out by just trying to jack up threes. And tonight tonight and last game was a good example of how the Celtics can look if JT play to the standards that he's known to be playing. You know what I'm saying? Get to the line, get to the hole, attack the basket with fierceness. You know what I'm saying? Shoot your little mid range pull up. If you got somebody like Cal or Caleb Martin, rise right over the top. You know what I'm saying? Then once you get in a little rhythm, that's when you get in your bag from behind the arch. But don't start outside in, make your way inside out. And I think Tatum will be all right.
He had a great game today. 21 points. I just looked it up. 21, 8, and 11.
Yeah, that's definitely
11
good.
assists. He had a few passes early in the first quarter, and that's why I think Tatum he's getting into that more of an elite type of player because a guy like you said 6'10" and he can shoot all that. All that's cute, but like his ability to break you down, get to the rim, and then kick it out to a wide open Marcus Smart to get Marcus Smart going, who had 23 points today. I think that's big for him. Tatum in the first quarter, he had a possession where he took Jimmy Butler to the rim. He stopped. Drew two people. Did like a little whip pass right to the corner to Marcus Smart. Knocked down three. Another possession where he got into his size up, got downhill, spin move, kicked it out to the corner, knocked down three. Tatum playing like that, and he's making everybody else on this team a threat. Not just him just shooting, jacking up threes. Cause I hate when he do that. I hate seeing Tatum, even though he got a nice shot. I just hate seeing him just jacking up threes because, bro, if you just turn around, turn your back to anybody who guarding you and just like shoot a fadeaway, shoot a little turnaround post fade, just shoot into the mid range, put your back on that nigga, hit him a little bit, one dribble, shoot
I'm
right
saying, cause
over him.
Tatum's strong too.
Yeah, he moved Caleb Martin off his block just with a little shoulder shrug he did in game. What was that 4? I like this series though. I think this series is what I anticipated in the Western Conference. But that makes sense though. The East is usually always a dogfight.
Yeah,
It's
grind
always a
outs.
battle, and it makes sense because these teams played each other out of the last 4 years 3 times, so they know each other. Like they know each other tendencies. They know. So like Spo. He gonna have them boys ready, and hopefully Joe Mazzulla can have the Celtics ready because him being the first time coach. Hopefully he can get those guys ready and stay locked in for another 2 games.
Uh, before we head out, I got a question to ask you. Uh, would you rather have uh Paul George for the Pacers or Jason Tatum right
Tatum,
now,
Tatum.
and why?
I feel like Tatum. Feel like Tatum. He had more of a when he was compared to Paul George with the Pacers. Paul George was nice. That's when he was coming up. That wasn't him at his peak. That was like on a rise. So he was taking really the world by shock and by storm. I feel like Tatum. He's supposed to do that. Like he the one option every night. He's the best player. And Tatum is he can do it from playmaking, shoot the three, get downhill. He's a plus defender. He's
Same thing with
unselfish.
Paul George.
Yeah, I just like Tatum more. I ain't saying nothing, taking nothing away from Paul George. I'm just giving
Well,
you
you
the
kind
reason.
of did something about some Tatum. Tatum was the number one option.
No. I said Paul George took the world and the league by storm when he was in Indiana going into those playoff series. When he was in Indiana, he took everybody by storm. Nobody expected him to give the Heat that type of fight. But I just feel like Tatum, we done seen him in these hard battles all his career since he been a rookie, and I just feel like he's more polished than Paul George was when he was in Indiana. Indiana, Paul George was just a raw talent. He was just a raw talent. If you would have said Thunder or OKC Paul George, maybe a different story. But I think Tatum, his tenure in Boston versus Paul George tenure in Indiana, I got Tatum.
I think that's a good player comparison though, because they kind of similar in ways, in a lot of ways. From like you said, a three level scoring standpoint, from a defense stand, really they whole game they kind of mirror each other. It's more so now can the kind of careers align. And I only ask you that because some that's who Tatum remind me of when he played good. You know what I'm saying? He was like the superstar that he is, but when he off, he looks shitty. Kind of just exactly like Paul George. Paul George, he have a good ass game. We expect that. But when he played bad, like damn, Paul George, nigga hitting the side of the backboard, losing the ball on between crosses and shit. And that's really why I had to ask that question. Uh, but yeah, man. Anything else you want to get off your chest before
Man,
we?
I can't wait for the end of the NBA season.
I definitely
Uh,
can't either. I'm glad you said that because yeah, uh, off the bench podcast. I don't know if we told y'all we will be attending summer league this year. We'll be in attendance the July 8th through summer league starts July 7th through the 17th. We'll be there the 8th through the 12th. Watching these young prospects.
that's what I'm most. That's I'm
I'm
NBA
def
the finals is cool.
yeah,
I'm
it's
ready to
definitely
see
cool,
these. I'm
but
seeing these
yeah,
young guys get drafted and finally get they opportunity. There's some
opportunity
studs in this
and
draft.
see them like up close and personal. Some of these guys that we've been watching really from high school, from even from our hometown, like Lil Nick.
Nick Smith,
Shout out
yeah.
to Lil Nick. Uh, Even when we watch them in college, I'm just eager to see like the younger prospects because it will be our generation. Well, not just saying my generation, but my generation, the younger generation of athletes, and you know what I'm saying. These gonna be the new up and coming stars, and so I'm eager to
I cannot wait
you
for
know
it,
what I'm saying,
bro.
to see their journey from now to you know what I'm saying, from year one to all the way to the year 10 to year
And
11, year
mark my
12
words, this is one of the best and deepest
draft
draft
class,
classes
deepest draft
that we've
class.
seen. The fact that any guy in the lottery from 1 through 14, if you a team picking 1 through 14, 1 through 15, you getting a good player for your franchise for the next 6, 7 years. You getting the guy who gonna come in, help you win, out, and they're gonna be easy to develop with whoever you put alongside of them because man, these niggas got some talent, bro. I cannot wait to see them with their
Definitely
new teams and man, I mean, it's getting close. It's getting close.
getting close, man. We a month out from this. I mean, it is May. This what today, May 20,
Fifth.
25th. So basically, like a month and a week out. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that because as we said, this is new up and coming right here. This the future.
What's some
Uh,
prospects you looking at that you just caught your eye?
like
College, G
I'm
League.
definitely looking forward to seeing what Marquise and Well can put on display in the summer league. Up close and personal. I definitely want to see the point guard from Memphis. What's his name?
Kendrick Davis.
Yeah, Kendrick Davis. I'm excited to see him because I am a guard. I do hoop as well too. So you know what I'm saying. Us small guards, I be wanting to see the translation and see how they play with my own eyes, seeing like the poiseness, the playmaking, the skill. You know what I'm saying. All that going to how they is like from the eye test. Another name I want also a hometown person. Shout out to Lil Nick again. I want to see what Lil Nick do out there. Hopefully he get to play. And it's a name. It's a because I was watching Through the Wire podcast earlier. Man Thompson.
Mm.
He kind of I grew a liking to him. I was watching they would interview him and his brother out after the interview I had, you know what I'm saying, when did my little research, typed them in on Instagram. I ain't gonna lie, they nice. You know,
Mm-hmm.
they kind of play similar. But those probably the 4 or 5 names that I'm looking for. Come time summer league come around.
Give me Keontae George, Baylor, Texas guard, another Texas guard, Anthony Black. We got guys in this draft. Like I said, these guys all around the lottery realm. Nick Smith, you already know that that's hometown. Definitely can't wait to see what he does. And I'm really excited. Is one more guy I'm just really excited to watch is Brandon Miller, uh top 3 lottery. You know what I'm saying, protected. He remind me a lot of Paul George, a Jason Tatum type guy. He got a lot of upside and man, these rookies this year, y'all in the next 5 years, I guarantee these dudes gonna be all
Yeah,
stars
all
in the
stars for
next
sure.
coming to the NBA. I guarantee you, this is a deep class, and just glad to be a part of it. Glad to be able to see them first start off their journey, getting their feet wet with the NBA.
Oh, and another person, Cam Whitmore, because on Through the Wire, he was like, they asked him a question like, what skill would you take from
Yeah,
NBA? He was like Kyrie
Kyrie
handles,
handles.
and Jordan Hawkson, he came behind him and said the same thing, and he was like, boy, Cam Whitmore had Kyrie handles, he'd be the number one overall pick.
Another guy, Jordan Hawkins. I'm glad you
You know what
said
I'm
that.
saying? So,
Champion,
I say it's a lot of dogs and a lot of talent in this draft class, so
champion.
definitely looking forward to it. Once again, y'all go ahead, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And you know what I'm saying? We did take a little time out, but we back and we still gonna be going hard at it. Uh uh Follow us on Instagram at off the bench pod _ off the bench pod. Follow us on TikTok at live from the bench pod. And we out.